Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody there? Hello, Tammy. Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, very good. I'm actually streaming on my not on my laptop, on my desk. Sorry, I'm just turning down my TV so you don't hear that. So if you've got a question, you can ask me a question. You can ask me anything, and hopefully I can give you an answer. Oh, buffering. Don't know if that's your end or my end, Tammy. I've got quite a fast connection here, so we'll see how it goes anyway. I know the camera that I'm using isn't fantastic. I'm actually using my my original vlogging camera, my Vivitar 909. So it might not be fantastic. And Susan asks, Jackie, you say it's buffering us too. Yeah, Susan, I don't have any pets personally, but my daughter, we have Honey, and she has a Betta, who has a giant African land snail, who we call Custard. So, so I hope that answers that question for you. Of the snakes, the Western hognose Noel is my wife's favorite. She kind of treats him like a son. He's very special to her. So yeah. So there you go. No furry pets. No, we don't have any furry pets. No, my daughter keeps asking for. She wants us to get a cat. We have a cat that lives 2 floors up from us, and his name is Coco, and he's quite into our kitchen window, and you just turn around and he's sat there staring at you. So, but at the moment we don't have any furry pets. Should 100%? No, don't tell my daughter that. She would she would agree with you that we should have. We should get a furry pet, but no, not at the moment. We don't know. I point blank refuse, because the issue would be that is that I would fall in love with the cat or dog or whatever it was, and so it would be unfair to leave the cat or dog alone while we went on holiday. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, Susan. Anyway, so there you go. Well, I hope everyone's good this evening. I was out metal detecting today. I was out metal detecting with Simon The Big Man Metal Detecting is the name of his channel. So yeah, we had a good time out, and I found something nice. Video coming soon, as usual. I've yet to edit that, but yeah, Simon got a lovely find as well. Thrilled to bits for Simon on the find that he had. So good evening, Brian on Tayside. How are you? So yeah, my wife is away on holiday with her sister at the moment. They're just having 5 days in Blackpool, just in case anybody's interested. So it's nice and quiet, and I've set up the desktop PC at the moment, so I can do this live stream, and hopefully it's sounding okay for you guys, you boys and girls out there. Let me know if you can't hear it, or if you can hear it, if it's too loud, or if it's not loud enough, and I'll see if we can make any changes. So yeah, I was out metal detecting today. Yeah, Susan, I spent many a weekend in well, days out actually in Blackpool. Never really spent a weekend there when I was a kid, but we used to go out for the day out. It was either Scarborough, Filey, Bridlington, or Blackpool for us when we were kids. So good evening, Sand Scratcher Bry. How are you? Not spoken to you in a long time. So I was on the Northern Relic Hunters website just the other day, actually, just having a quick nosy, see what was happening there, and yeah. So yeah, like I say, I was out detecting today, and Simon got a fantastic. I keep saying Simon got a fantastic find. I got a pretty decent find as well. Well, two pretty decent finds actually. And yeah, like I say, I've yet to edit the video. See my bag. See, just sat there at the door there. Oh, other way. That's my bag there, sat from when we finished detecting it. It was a rainy day today, so we got awfully wet, and but we had some really nice finds actually, and I will hopefully get that that video edited tomorrow. Excuse me, and I'm also going to do the include the draw in the video for the giveaway that I'm doing for. You might have seen that I'm doing a giveaway at the moment, so yeah. So anybody else got a question for me? I will admit now that I have had a drink this evening. Myself and Simon, we finished our detecting session, and we hit the pub, and yeah, we've had a couple of drinks, and then I had to meet my daughter. She finished work around about 6 o'clock, so I met her. She was having a drink with a friend at a bar, so I had a couple of drinks there as well. So it's the way it goes sometimes. You just have to do what you have to do. So yeah, if you've got a question for me, then feel free to ask, and I will certainly attempt to answer it. Megs, morning from Australia. Hope all is well. Yes, Megs, thank you. Megs, one of my regular viewers. Thank you. Yeah, we're all doing absolutely fantastic at the moment, and I'm certain Megs knows that my wife recently had a CT scan for her cancer, and she was all clear. Stage 3 cancer that she had. Yeah, all good. So yeah, again, I'd just like to say a big thank you to everybody that's left a message and that's donated to the Just Giving page, and sent us lovely gifts along the way. I can't thank everybody enough for everything that they've said and done for us. So yeah, thank you. Bear with me 2 moments. I'm I'm just going to close this door that's just behind me here because it's just ever so slightly annoying. And my daughter's boyfriend's due to arrive shortly as well. So I'm sure he doesn't want to be on camera. So bear with me 2 seconds. You're going to see me anyway. So hang on 2 seconds. There we go. That's a little bit easier there now. Yes, if you got a question, then please feel free to ask it. Like I say, I'll pretty much answer a question on just about anything. What I've been doing recently, I haven't been doing a lot of video recording recently. Again, just after my wife's cancer results, then I've been taking it easy. We've been sort of relaxing and taking it easy basically because it's surprising how much and how much it affects obviously not only the person that has cancer but people around them as well. And I must admit, I was pretty. I was in a different world from the moment she was diagnosed with the cancer, and yeah, it was an experience that I wouldn't want to relive, and I wouldn't want anybody else to go through what we went through. But yeah, that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that strikes without warning and doesn't care how old you are or how young you are. It affects everybody in different. Will be good. And I will. Hello, Kyle. How are you, young man? I'll try and keep it as simple as I can. So. I was born and raised in Leeds and lived there until I was, well, I met my wife Pam when I was 22. Yeah, 22, I think it was. And we lived in Leeds, and then we moved to Northern Ireland, of all places. And we moved there because my wife's sister lived there with her husband. She'd married a man from Northern Ireland and moved there when my wife, before me and my wife met. And we moved to Northern Ireland because we decided that conceived. And we moved to Northern Ireland to give her a better life, as it were, because where we lived in Leeds wasn't a fantastic place. But where we moved to in Northern Ireland was a lovely place. And a very small village just outside of the international airport called Crumlin. And we loved it. We lived there for just touching on 16 years. We lived there. And then my sister partner, we moved to Scotland, and we lived with my sister-in-law and her partner for the first year. And I was looking for work at the time, and life's been pretty good since we got here, and it's also actually got better because all of you fantastic boys and girls that take the time to watch the videos and that I do. I know it's not. We're not finding jewelry and gold and silver every day, but I try and give you what the reality is actually like, and I hope that comes through. That we are what we are, and you're right, Megs. It is a beautiful place. I'm sure you've seen on the videos, as everybody has. When I do my little wanders through the hillsides there. Which is actually just up behind us here. When I go on my little walks, then through the hills, it's just up behind me. It's about about 3 miles walk to roughly the middle of the hills, and then from there I just wander off in any direction that I feel feel suitable. So yeah, well, thank you, Megs. I try and make the vlogs, the sort of wandering about. I try and make it interesting, and I hope it comes across as interesting. And I've certainly found some interesting things when I've been out wandering through the hills, as you know. Thank you, Jane. Yes, like I say, thing is this channel, and we were on a new permission that I have. So yeah, we got a couple of nice finds. So it's one of those things. It's you can go for weeks on end, and you can find a couple of old pennies, and then you can have one day when you find something fantastic, and it's one of those things. It is what it is. And hi, Chris. Yeah, I love Scotland. Yeah, I love Scotland too. I think we're stuck here now. Thankfully, I put my foot down. I'm not moving again. So yeah, plenty more to come from Scotland. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch. So hello, Cynthia. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. If you don't mind, boys and girls, I'm just going to leave you to chat amongst yourselves just for 5 minutes, or well, not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes, while I make myself a cup of coffee. I'm just going to nip to the kitchen. It's just here at my side. I'm just going to make a cup of coffee and then come back to you. So bear with me and hold tight. Come through the door. You're on camera. Right, the kettle's just it's just boiling away at the moment. So what have we got? Meg's milk, no sugar. I have just a dash of milk and 1 sugar, and yeah, that's grand for me. Few years. Jane, let me ask you, where do you live? Right, 2 seconds. My kettle's boiled here. Milton Keynes. I know Milton Keynes. I've been there before. Hang on 1 second. There we go. I'm back. I hope I'm not too close to the camera. If you can put up with my smirking face today. Concrete cows and yes, you're absolutely right. Concrete cows and roundabouts. That's what Milton Keynes became famous for. I went to Milton Keynes Gosh, I would have been. Let me see. Probably first time I went there was about 12, I think. 3. Yeah. So yeah, I've been to Milton Keynes. So Megs, you're 6 a.m. on Tuesday, the 3rd of September. Yeah, well, it's 9 p.m. 3rd of September here. So if you want to know the horse racing results, then do feel free to ask, and I'll certainly search that for you. I'm gonna have to hold my cup from the other side, actually, so I don't. Jane, I love Edinburgh. Is Glasgow as nice? I'll tell you what, Jane. At the moment, I haven't been to Edinburgh. My daughter has, and she says it is. Well, maybe I'll tell you what. I'll ask you for the horse racing. Yeah, Jane. My daughter's been to Edinburgh. She says it's absolutely is. Now there are some old buildings in the city, but it's very much just a big city, and that's all it is. There's not a lot to see as such, but yeah, it's still an interesting place to go. Lots of museums and galleries, that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely interesting. Wednesday the 4th. Isn't that weird? Isn't it weird? Megs is in Australia, and it's Wednesday the 4th, and I'm sat here at 9 p.m. on Tuesday the 3rd. That it just blows my mind every time I see that. Mind you, saying that, it doesn't take a lot to blow my mind. I hope you're not hearing me slurping away at my coffee here. So this is my my 2000 AD. This is my 2000 AD mug that my daughter bought me for Father's Day. I don't know if that's on my screen. It's back to front. So it says "Cursed Earth," and you've got we've got in there. We've got Judge Dredd in the middle, just there. There you go. So yeah. So when I was a kid, I used to read we have a comic here in the UK called 2000 AD, a sci-fi comic, which features Judge Dredd amongst others. And yeah, I used to read that a lot when I was a kid. So I have a big love for 2000 AD, and yeah, there you go. Excuse me, you might hear that little. That's me just sucking my teeth. Chris Campbell, what's my best ever find? I'll tell you what, Chris. I think it's probably. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go and grab it, and I'll show you my best ever find. 1 second. So yeah, Chris Campbell, my best ever find on the beach at just literally right on my doorstep in Helensburgh, and I found it at the end of the year, and yeah, I mean there's the inside of the cannonball. I don't know if you can see that very well there. 3/4 of it, but yeah, that's probably my best find. And actually, this wood plug that it's on, I actually found on the beach as well. I saved that, dried it out, and then waxed it, and I used that as a little plinth for my cannonball. So yeah, that's probably one of my probably my favourite find anyway. Not long after I just started detecting, actually. So there you go. Jane, I started following you because I thought you were in Yorkshire, but hooked straight away. Dad's family came from Yorkshire. Yeah, Jane, like I say, I was born and bred in Leeds, as they say. And yeah, there's not much more I can say about that. It's a fantastic place. Great city is Leeds. And yeah, I have lots of fantastic memories about it. And we do, as you've seen me mention before now, we visit, we usually go down at least twice a year to see my wife's son and his wife and my grandson. And we visit my father while we're down there as well. And yeah, everything's good at the moment. So thankfully. Jane Charlton, you love the monkey. What monkey's that? You've lost me, Jane. I don't know what. I don't know which monkey that is. Hope you're not referring to me. Oh, I know. Oh, hang on a second. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know the monkey that you're talking about. Hang on a second. Let me get him for you. Hang on. Yeah, I know the monkey that you're talking about. You're talking about this little fella, aren't you? There you go. My little monkey. Isn't he a little cracker? I was absolutely thrilled to bits when I found him. And I believe he's part of a set of 3. Excuse me. I believe he's part of a set of 3. And it would have been a see no evil, hear no evil. It's a shame his little paw's missing there, but you know what? I was thrilled to find him, and I have him sat on my little display underneath my TV at the moment. So yeah, he's sat there, pride of place. Oh. I know the camera's not fantastic. Like I say, this is my old vlogging camera that I'm using at the moment. So so it looks very. I look very grainy. We're not in HD, but yeah. Any other questions from anybody? He needs a chair to sit in. Jane. Yeah, I suppose he could do with a little. He does actually sit. I don't know if I can. If I sit him there, he does actually sit. Look, he's a bit blurred, but yeah, he does sit on his own. But there you go. Oh, he's a little monkey. So my daughter's just asking me what I'm talking about. This guy, a little monkey. He's a monkey. Oh yeah. Will I be doing any bottle digging this year? I'll tell you what, Cynthia. I think at the moment, I did. I know I said that I'd got permission on my farm permission to dig the dump that's just at the side of the farmhouse, and I did have a little sort of pre-dig just to get an idea of what it was like, and it was massively, massively overgrown, and it will be even worse now at the moment. So so yeah, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the winter when all the plants die back, because, like I say, the dump is actually covered in wild garlic at the moment, and it absolutely stinks. It's absolutely horrendous smell. And yeah, I'm going to let the plants die back over the winter. Then, sorry, my daughter's being annoying. as usual. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe have a bit of a bottle dig and see what we can find in the farm dump. And I have another location that I did a little bit of initial digging, and maybe see if we can find a little bit something more different, a little bit something older. Sorry, my daughter's laughing away at me here. How many bottles do I have in my collection, Chris? Good question. Count those up there. I'm just getting my daughter to count the bottles that I've got in the kitchen at the moment. I've two displays in the kitchen. I've got 4 cods in a display cabinet down here, along with so that's 21, 22, around about 28, 30 bottles in my collection at the moment. So yeah, and like I say, you know, a decent mix for, and they're all bottles that I've dug myself as well. So which is always a bonus. I've also got I think cream pots. I think I've got, how many of those have I got? I've got 9 cream pots. Oh no, there's inks in there as well. There's plain inks in there. No. That's an ink, yeah. Yeah. 9. I've 9 inks in my collection at the moment as well. So again, all. Oh, sorry, creams. Sorry, I've had a drink. So yeah, 9 creams in my collection. So there you go. Jane, do I find fossils? Jane, no, I don't find fossils. They are pretty much non-existent on the beaches here. The only I am intending, hopefully next year, pretty much a Jurassic Coast. So hopefully I should be able to find a few fossils down there, and that's something that I'm planning to do. So. And Cynthia, yeah, 4 cods, yeah. It's again, there. I did have actually another. There was one other cod that I got, which was a James R. Comrie cod, who was local to, or was a manufacturer here in Helensburgh. But I actually sold that bottle to, turns out, the great grandson of James R. And I sold him another bottle as well. So you know, I love them to bits. And one of them's one of the first cod bottles I ever found. So yeah. Good evening, Marilyn, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you are. I think it's more like good evening there in Utah. I hope you're doing well, Marilyn. Yeah, Cynthia, the cods are fascinating bottles. And you pass me one of those ones that's right at the back. Well, the big one. Well, not the biggest, but just make sure you don't knock anything over. So I'm just going to get my daughter to pass me one of the cod bottles here. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah. In fact, I'm not sure if this was the first cod bottle that I actually found. It's the G&P Barry. In fact, I'm certain it's the first one that I found when I first started the bottle digging, and it was literally on the surface of the bottle dump that we were at the time. So yeah, and as you can see the marble rocking away there, and originally, I don't know if you can see, there's a little rubber O-ring just there, and that O-ring would have sat originally in the neck of the bottle here, and then the marble would have pressed up against it side, and then when you wanted to drink it, you would have to press that marble in to break the seal, and the marble would sit in the bottom here. Let me do it this way, and you can see there's a couple of pinches here in the glass, so that when you poured the bottle out, or poured the contents out of the bottle, the marble would sit in the pinches there, so it wouldn't block the end of the bottle, and you could pour the contents out and enjoy them. And then the bottle would go back to, it would be collected by a company that collected all bottles, and then would go back to a central sort of warehouse where they would send the bottles back to each manufacturer, and they would refill their bottles, but only used for a short period, because inevitably children would get hold of the bottles and break the tops just to get the marble inside. And that's why we find so many broken cods when we're bottle digging. So yeah, there you go. Like I say, that's the GMP barrier. I'm certain that's the first one that I found. Jane, is it hard not to bring every bottle home? Yeah, Jane, it is initially, but a lot of them were plain, and so initially I brought everything home because I thought, well, that's, I found it, so I might as well bring it home. And eventually I got to a point where I decided that, so my daughter's got the most horrendous hiccups at the moment. And yeah, I decided that I would start and stick to bottles that were embossed, like this one is. And yeah, all the plain stuff I put into recycling, and they're absolutely fantastic. But then you soon realise that you don't have space to be able to keep to be what they call water. So initially it was fizzy water that was put inside the bottles, flavoured waters into the bottles, but I think the majority tended to be just plain fizzy water in effect, because it was seen as very healthy and life-giving, that sort of thing. It was seen as a healthy product to purchase. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, essentially, they went on to sort of lemonades, that kind of thing, anything flavoured really, and there were all sorts of variations, even things drinks as well. So Marilyn, you've got a cod bottle, do you now? Yeah, the vulcanized stoppers, or internal screw stoppers as we call them here. So I'm sure you've seen me pick them up on the beach as well. So yeah, they're an interesting thing and fascinating little pieces of history, and history that's long since disappeared. So keeps dropping for some reason. It's quite bizarre, but I've never noticed it do that before. But yeah, my apologies, Megs. Like I say, I'm on the PC. I cleaned it out. Excuse me, I've got terrible wind. Jane, is this my first live chat? No, it's not, Jane, actually. You're right there, Shauna. and I think we're going to end the stream here because it seems to be having a few issues at the moment. So, yeah, should I say? And thank you, Marilyn. And my daughter's giggling away like a 5-year-old. It's terrible. So you wouldn't think she was 23? 23? 23. Yeah, she's 23. So yeah, this is me signing